So it's been a while since I did a Bible review. I wanted to do another one here. I have here the Sovereign Collection King James Bible. This is published by Thomas Nelson. Comes in this nice little box. Let me just readjust my camera here. Get a better angle for you guys. Comes in this nice little box. This edition is genuine leather. It's thumb index. You don't have, they come non-thumb index and they come in other covers, but as you can see here, it's a genuine leather, and this is definitely better than what used to pass as genuine leather. It used to be like a lot of times, like I'm thinking particularly of like the Ryrie Study Bible or like a Thompson Chain. If you remember those, the genuine leathers are like dry and kind of like have almost like a latexy finish. This doesn't have that. It definitely feels like genuine, like actual cowhide. It's not super soft, but it's definitely better than what used to pass for genuine leather. It's got some decorations here. You can see all that. Does have two ribbons. The nice thing about this is it has what's called edgeline construction. So this is a cardstock. A lot of times with nicer Bibles, this will be like a leather liner, but this isn't. So it has this little liner thing, and that's how the block is connected to the cover, as you can see. Now, that's in contradistinction to, like, this is a Cambridge single column. We'll probably do a review on this, but this doesn't have that. The only thing holding this is a piece of paper. So a lot of times what happens is where this creases ends up breaking apart, and then your cover breaks away from your binding. This will last longer. Unfortunately, it has the unintended consequence of making it harder for the Bible to lay flat. You can't see it very well from this angle, but I mean, look at that. So one time I was preaching with this Bible, and obviously I put like my phone right there or something. I was preaching out of like Genesis chapter 7 or something like that. And so there is that. I believe the imitation leather editions don't have the hinge, and I'm not sure if I wonder if I use this long enough, eventually that won't be a problem. And it's not a crazy, like even here in Genesis 30, it's still okay. It's just like on those first couple chapters, okay? So before we get into like the layout and things like that, this Bible, the paper it's a 36 GSM paper from what I can tell, that's pretty good. That's kind of what like my preferred minimum. A lot of Bible publishers are starting to go to like, like 28 GSM, 30, 32. Thomas Nelson, I think, is with a lot of theirs, they're sticking around the 36 range, which I'm very happy about. But like, I have a Cambridge single column here, and this single column here has like, it has like, I want to say 28 GSM paper, and they kind of look the same, but honestly, I feel like this is better. So one of the things is like the verses are what's called line matched. That means the text is on the same line on both sides. So let me just compare here. Probably the best way is for you to see an edition that's not line matched, and then it'll help you see it a little bit better. So here's that. Here is on the left my single column from Cambridge. Now, maybe you can tell from there, but let me just zoom it in a little bit. But do you see all this line of text in between? That's because this is not line matched. This is line matched. And so you really only see that text coming through during some of these blank spots. And I promise you, in person, it definitely doesn't have as much ghosting here. This actually looks way worse on camera even than it does in person. But for me, it's distracting, and I don't like it. And the lower GSM paper quality on this one, without the line matching, it combines, and it doesn't combine well. So this is, it's good paper. It's line matched. A lot of Bibles are having line matching. I'm really glad this one does too. Okay, so I've had a lot of King James editions. I've looked at many. I've owned many, resold many, yada, yada, yada. And this is my favorite King James edition for a couple of reasons. So I really like that it has these red accents. All right, so you see it. So you see how? So you have this decorative. The first letter of every chapter, I believe, will be like this, and then you have these red highlights. So then you'll have like section headings too, and then the verse numbers are in red. Makes finding verse numbers really easy, especially if you're preaching with, like I preach frequently all the time. So it has these red accents. Unfortunately, though, the red's not super consistent. So I'm trying to. I mean, I don't know how much you can tell, but like if you look right there, I don't know how much you could tell, but it's not the quality of the red, unfortunately, is not super consistent. That's something that they need to work on if they're going to reprint, hopefully, or in other editions. So one thing I like about this is, well, let me say one thing I don't like about it. I don't like how there's not a lot of a margin space. The other day I was sitting in church, I was holding this Bible, and it was annoying me. I felt like I was having to fight with it to get it to open up. I wish they would put more margin space here. Another thing is the Psalms and the Proverbs, as you can see here, as I've been flipping, are single column. Okay, single column. Well, that's not Psalms. Like that's Psalms. So let's just look there. And again, the ghosting on the camera, it definitely is worse on the camera. Like it is not, like right there, in person, it's not nearly as bad. So keep that in mind. This has a comfort print font. So like a lot of your older, like let me see, I have my shelf right here, for example. This is a Church Bible Publishers wide margin. This is from when I was in Bible college. It's very old. This font to me is like really bold, and I don't really like the old font like that you'd see on the left. This one on the right looks a lot more modern. It's a lot more sharper and crisped to me, but I mean some people prefer this. Just for me, I like the comfort print for the Thomas Nelson. Okay. Now, another thing I like about this Bible is it has cross references. I'm a cross reference guy. I like them. It also has it'll have uncommon or archaic words and sometimes just explanatory, little short explanatory notes on them. These are not like long study notes like you'd see in a study Bible. They're just short, mostly things just to help you around. Like here it gives you like some Greek words, whatever. I don't know. I believe the source of those is from Thomas Nelson. You can see they'll have some notes, and these notes are very helpful. Actually, these notes have sometimes helped me to recognize words that changed meaning, and I didn't realize they had changed meaning. And I've checked many of the notes, and the overwhelming majority of them are very solid. So there's that. There are some book introductions, like you can see here. That's really the extent of the notes. I've not really looked at them a whole lot. One thing that, if I could change a couple things about this Bible, number one would be obvious. I would prefer them to do something better with that. Number two, I wish the layout was paragraph, like double column paragraph would be really nice, or even a single column paragraph. But a lot of people who use the King James have been using it for a long time. And a lot of people have grown up with the verse-by-verse formatting. And a lot of people prefer it, especially, preachers. A lot of times preachers will prefer the verse-by-verse. I would much rather prefer like a double-column paragraph, but that's just me. Now, I was complaining about this inner margin. And I do know that in like October of this year, from what I understand, and I'm pretty sure that I'm right on this, they're going to publish this Bible in a wide margin edition. If you were to Google KJV Sovereign Collection Wide Margin, you'll actually find like web pages that are placeholders, like on I think the HarperCollins website and a couple other bookstores. So they are going to produce a wide margin edition of the Sovereign. I want to get it when it comes out, just because it solves this problem, and I actually like writing in my Bibles. Prolifically take notes in my Bible. So yeah, this is the Sovereign Collection. By the way, this is a very small edition. I didn't really cover it. You might not be able to tell, but it's pretty small and compact. It's not very heavy. It's not like real thin, like a little thin line or anything like that. But it is pretty small, and it's not quite compact as some of those real compact ones that you've seen. But it's a pretty small, manageable size. So yeah, so this is the King James Version Sovereign Collection Edition. Hope you enjoyed the review. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more stuff. I also have other videos on my channel where I talk about other things relating to the Bible and Christianity. So thank you. Have a nice day.